So yesterday I released a video called 5 Things Fallout 4 Got Wrong, basically going over some of the things I didn't like about Fallout 4. It's definitely not my favorite Fallout, but it is still a good game. So in today's video, I'm going to go over 5 things that I think Fallout 4 got right, and basically certain things that I hope are continued on into future games and stuff like that. So first and foremost, weapon customization. I alluded to this in my previous video, but I feel like Fallout 4 and the whole weapon customization system is just absolutely awesome and something that should be continued by future Fallout games. Basically, I don't like the weapons in Fallout 4, but the system of being able to take a gun or a base gun model and turn it into seemingly anything or any other kind of variant of gun is awesome. The pipe weapons definitely take this and embrace it the most. If you take a pipe pistol, for example, you have so many options with customization of that weapon. You could turn it into kind of almost a sniper, you could turn it into a SMG, an assault rifle, or just keep it as a fully automatic or semi-automatic pistol. All this customization and all this transformation of different guns is something that I feel like fits so well in the Fallout series. It takes a few steps beyond the normal weapon mod system in Fallout New Vegas, and I feel like for the better. Power armor. If you look at power armor in previous Fallout games versus power armor in this Fallout game, it is a massive jump. Although personally, I prefer power armor to be a little bit rarer and a little bit more powerful. There are mods that can do that for me, and they're available on both consoles and PC. But beyond that, really just the system that power armor creates in Fallout 4 is such an awesome environment. I to this day remember watching the trailer and seeing the guy get into the power armor and having it wrap around his body, and I just thought that was such an awesome thing. And having the actual game, although yes, now every once in a while making so many videos, it's a little tedious to jump in and out of power armor, but it never ceases to kind of just be awesome. It is such a massive improvement over the previous power armor, where it really was just a little bit of a better armor. Now if you look at different power armor mods versus regular armor mods, you could just see the difference there. I think Bethesda made a very good decision by making power armor such a formidable force and an actual set of armor that you have to get into, and it's almost more like a vehicle than armor. In future games, I do really hope they hold on to this. I assume they will, just because of how popular it's been. And now that we're getting some mods that are actually adding power armor augmented weapons, it's really just making me enjoy it so much more. So this one's going to be a little bit more controversial than some of the other ones, but I actually really like the new Perk Tree. Although I do still miss skills, I wish those were in the game. The Perk Tree from Fallout 3 and New Vegas to Fallout 4, I feel like is a big improvement. I just wasn't a huge fan of the way things worked in the previous games, and I feel like in Fallout 4, it's a lot cleaner and easier to navigate. I also feel like this one does encourage you going down certain paths more, so your characters are going to be kind of different because you have to invest in that initial special tree. So basically, if I put a bunch of points into strength, I will have a more strength oriented character, where prior you kind of just take the same perks over and over again. I feel like this actually does open up a lot more replay value, because me from one playthrough through another is probably going to yield different results basically where I put my points. Even already, I remember when I first played Fallout 4, I put a lot of points into perception and strength. This time I maxed out luck. The experience between those two are very different. I am much more reliant on VATS now, where previously I really didn't use VATS all that much except to kind of figure out where enemies were. All around, I do really like this change, and I hope Skyrim and future Skyrims do take advantage of this. I do feel like it is just better suited for the game that Fallout 4 is. Gunplay. So this builds off a little bit of the weapon customization, because I do enjoy using guns more because I could really make them my own. But even beyond that, I think the gunplay in Fallout 4 is just such a huge step forward from previous games. A lot of people even called this game a kind of just first-person shooter after its release because of how gun-focused it is and how good the gunplay is. So it's important to compare this to Fallout 3 and New Vegas. If you actually remember the gunplay in those games, it's kind of crazy when you look at Fallout 4. I forget if it was New Vegas or 3. I'm pretty sure in Fallout 3, there was no aim down sights. Like, you kind of just zoomed in your screen, and then in Fallout New Vegas, we finally got actually zooming in, and the kind of gun would be the center of your screen, but it's not even remotely on par with what Fallout 4 has. The guns feel better, they shoot better, they act better, and it makes the game a lot more enjoyable. Although some could argue this was probably at the sacrifice of many RPG elements, which they would rather have, at least I hope this is something that's taken into the next game. Hopefully the next Fallout, whether it be New Orleans or Fallout 5, whatever it's called, will have the same RPG elements in previous games with the gunplay and some of the better systems from this game. I think that would really be a very good Fallout game, and hopefully we'll see that in the next year or two. So last but not least, and this is by far the biggest out of all of these for me, is console modding. So yeah, console modding was late. PS4 users aren't even getting console modding, or they are, but no, you're really not. And even on PC, mod tools came out way too late. But it's in my opinion that none of this actually matters. Console modding is such a huge feat. That doesn't matter if Fallout 4 is a horrible game. All that matters is that it brought mods to consoles in the masses. Well, at least on Xbox One. An everyday Xbox One user can go on to their game and go and download a mod created by someone on PC, changing the way their game works and just modifying it and adding hours and hours of replayability. Obviously, there's a lot more restrictions, but just the fact that this is created and does exist today sets a huge precedence for games going forward. I think Skyrim Remastered is going to have an even bigger modding scene on Xbox One, and I think that's really going to be when other game developers look at it and are like, wow, this is something we should really think about incorporating on our console games. It doesn't matter if Fallout 4 has all these problems simply because it did achieve this massive feat, and this is one of those things that could change the gaming scene for years and years to come. I can very realistically see how a lot of games start to pick this up, realizing that they don't actually have to do all that much, and it's adding a lot of value to their game for seemingly nothing. Modding has and always will be one of my favorite part about video games. I love it. I don't know. If you look at my channel, it is pretty much built off of mods for different games, whether it be Minecraft, Fallout, or some other game that I haven't even experienced yet. Having a bigger audience for that in the sense of console users is awesome. Even if you're a PC elitist, you have to understand that expanding this community of modders will only yield good things. Obviously, there'll be some hardships with people stealing mods, etc., etc., console users being ungrateful, but if you look past that and just see the good that's going to come out of this, I think you'll really realize that Fallout 4 did an awesome thing for the gaming community, and I hope other people start to take note of this. That's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video, guys. I really do encourage you to tell me in the comments down below, what are some things you like or dislike about Fallout 4? I felt like it was a good time to make these kind of brother-sister videos because Fallout 4 is kind of coming to a full end. Other games are coming out. And also, just a little thing I want to note, I bet this video is going to get way less views than its counterpart with the negatives. A lot of people on YouTube like to look at the negatives of things and like to watch videos kind of crapping on individuals or games, and I'm curious as to how these will perform. Obviously, you'll know depending on when you watch this. If the other one has more views, it'll probably appear in the sidebar, so just look at that and make a little mental note to yourself. As always, I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.